What's the deal, Volcano Beats?
Fam North.
Darian.
Y'all, welcome to the stew, man. What's good,
What's the
man?
deal, man? We in the stew. Little couple technical difficulties. 5 minutes behind, but we in here.
We here. We made it. Nigga, we made it.
How's
So
your
what's
week
good, man?
been?
How y'all week been, man?
Chilling.
D?
Busy,
Come on, D.
but
I-
chilling.
I'm not gonna say hectic this time, but I have been consistent this week of recording. I haven't mixed as much as I usually do in a week. I've been recording a lot
Okay.
this week.
Anybody in particular that you enjoy? Because I
Yeah.
remember last time we was talking, it wasn't a particular.
Yeah, no, I have a few artists that I even shout out. I've been working with this artist named Ki,
Ki, what's
Yeah.
up?
and
That's dope.
he has like a different type of sound, but it's infused with sounds that people already kind of like as well. So it's like a palatable. You know, when sometimes somebody will have a sound that's so different that it's not connectable. He has a sound that's palatable because it's already like infused with sounds that people like as well already.
Dope.
But yeah, so I've been
Okay.
working with him mixing his project. He's coming out with it sometime in the near future. I don't know exactly when though. But yeah, he's one for sure. How about your week though?
My week been good. I've been doing a lot of resting, finishing up some final projects. Just been resting, chilling. That's about it. How about you, Bo?
Just rewiring my studio, man. It's been crazy. I got like 20 cables piled up on my desk right now, man. Haven't had the time to finish up, but just undid everything. Even though I had everything halfway decent, I undid everything because I grabbed the 16 channel mixer to run everything into before it hit the envelope. So
What 16 channel mixer you got?
I just grab a little Behringer. I ain't
Okay.
need anything special because I'm not using the preamp, so it don't matter.
Okay, that's dope. So you've been doing a lot of more production at the crib now. Well,
Oh yeah, because
you always did the
especially now since
production
because
at
I
the crib.
separated the setups now. Now I got my DAW set up outside of the studio room, so
Eh,
no computing allowed, just MPC, ASI, and Phantom, and a
Okay,
record player.
okay. So you are analog in that bad
Yeah,
boy.
well, it ain't analog, but no computer. It's all
Gotcha.
digital. Ain't no computer though.
Right.
It's just working my ideas before I go. They gotta before it can get to the Moog or the MPC live. It got to go through the 1000 and the ASI
Okay, I
basically.
feel you. I feel you, man. And that's one thing that I've been really trying to do. Just straight, like I always say, just I'm trying to record to mix straight cut. You know what I'm saying? That's why, man. I definitely want to get a board. Definitely want to get a board, man.
Oh yeah,
Soon.
definitely.
I definitely want to get a board soon, sooner than I think. Just
Yeah,
cause,
like a 16 channel joint.
yeah, man, something just to be able to cut, man, real quick and just be like, man, that's done.
Right,
Right.
right away.
That's done. Quick.
And on the mixing side, I'm looking at it from
Hell
that
yeah.
angle.
That's why I'm already looking at like these little cheap old school reverb and delay units. You know what I'm saying? $50 here, $100 there. You got 6 of them joints, man, and you blending those together with the come on, man. That's gonna be nasty. That's gonna be nasty. You creating that space within that atmosphere right there before it even hit digital. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You already creating that, and then once it hit it, wow, it's like masterpiece.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Like how dude be painting and shit, and then when he done, he flip it. You be like, dang.
Oh yeah, I seen that on
Yeah,
Instagram
like that, bro.
Oh,
Just
he what?
like he'll paint something upside down,
with a basketball.
and you wouldn't even know until he flip it, and you be like, oh
He's
snap.
bugged out. He
Yeah,
painted upside down.
He
yeah,
paint upside down. He'll throw paint on like a basketball and then use the basketball as his like utensil.
He's nuts.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cold, bro.
yeah, no, he
Yeah, he's
crazy.
nuts.
Homie, cold, man. So what's your producer tool?
My producer tool, it's a little app. It's called Patch Base.
Patch base.
Yeah, super dope. I got it because I got the Roland DO5 and I got the mini log and I'm planning on grabbing like the Proteus. So I mean not the Proteus, my bad. I want them to get the Proteus 2000. The Roland XV5080 probably, even though I got a Phantom X. So basically what the program is, it's an iPad program. You hook it up to your system, to your synth, and you control the scent. So
Mm.
like rack scents or like scents that was made in the 80s that was aggravating, like the D50 is like one of the notorious scents people hate programming it, but it's got some raw sounds in there. So in the past you had to buy the damn controller that costs more than the scent because they
Okay.
rare. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now it's a $5 app. No, it's not $5. They blew me. They hit my car today. They said it was $6 a month, bro. They took it all out at once.
Oh,
It was 70. Don't say six.
Oh
Right.
It
snap!
was
So
70.
they did the annually thing.
Yeah.
Okay, bro.
I'm salty over that, but like I say, it's giving me functionality that I got two of the scents that they give functionality to because the mini log don't have like an app on the computer. It's got a patch librarian, but it don't have a real time like editing app. You know what I'm
True.
saying?
right.
Let me ask you a question, man, because you always find out these apps and all this shit, bro, which is dope. So basically, when you get in these situations, you be like, man, I know it's something out there that can help me do this, blah 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 blah. Correct, and then you just search until you find it.
Nah. Well, it's kind of yeah. It's kind of yes and no. It's just I don't know, man. It's just
How much of the stuff do you stumble over and just be like, oh, this would be dope?
a lot of
add?
it.
Okay,
Yeah, a
bet.
lot of it. But a lot of it too is just me staying up on the stuff all the
Okay.
time.
So
You know
y'all
what I'm
hear
saying?
that, right? Stay up on your stuff, bro.
Yeah, all the time.
Stay
Like,
up on it.
well, I'm working, doing gigs in the studio. I'm Googling and figuring out stuff all day, every day. I
Okay.
honestly believe, like, it's funny because, in my opinion, I don't have the output that I should have on the production side sometimes. But I'm always working. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not producing.
Okay. I feel
You know
you,
what I'm
man.
saying? So,
See, and that's something that I gotta put into myself. Always, you know what I'm saying, stay up on that. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, it's definitely gonna make you greater, and just be great at what you do, man. So, what was the name of that app again?
the company is called Coffee Shopped.
Coffee Shopped.
It's a weird spelling. I'm not even going to try it, but just go on like the App Store, Patch Base.
Patch Base.
Yeah, that's the name of it.
Okay,
It's dope.
bet. D, what you got for us on the recording side, boss?
Man, my recording tip I would say is probably realizing or knowing, and this may sound really simple, but knowing how much gain you're giving to your preamp and or your interface. Like
Yes, okay.
specifically, I've been using the Avalon 737, and if you're using like a channel strip, if you keep that meter on your compression, you'll never almost realize or look at how much input you're actually giving your signal from your preamp.
Okay.
So just knowing that, because a lot of the times, like you may be hitting meters that you aren't aware of, or you may be hitting certain numbers that you aren't aware of by just not looking or just by not knowing. So always just making sure that you have that headroom and that space between where you're not distorting.
So, what would be a good point for you? Some people look at the meters. You know what I'm saying? So, would you
Right.
say green, or would you say yellow going into orange, or
I
green
say
going
like
into yellow?
me personally, I like it in that where it's green about to hit yellow, but not anywhere, not far in any yellow. Like
Yeah.
green where it's about to hit yellow.
Okay.
For me.
And that's a good level.
For me, yeah.
Okay, bet.
And then I mean the consistency, that's also another thing. Like if you don't have a compressor and you just using a preamp and you have somebody who's very dynamic and they in and
Right.
out, that could kind of like ruin the whole situation too. So it's
so
about
basically
knowing
just listening.
yeah, it's about knowing that artist as well and knowing what's needed.
Let me ask you a question. Do you use headphones when the artist is in the booth, or do you use the speakers?
I started doing both because I started recording people outside of the booth. So
Okay.
now I just keep headphones on.
Okay.
Headphones.
Even
Okay.
if they're in the booth, I'll keep them on.
Now, do you use headphones that you, of course, I'm still gonna ask though. Do you use headphones that you're familiar with, or excuse me, or it doesn't matter?
Yeah, I actually do use headphones I'm familiar with, but at the same time, it's not that it doesn't matter, but I do like to check in headphones that aren't my like regular headphones.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have different set of headphones at the crib when you mixing, or you just keep one consistent headphones?
Well, now I do. So I have the Biodynamic 770s, I
Okay.
think they're called. But then I also have some Audio Technicas that
Okay.
Travis gave me. I don't
Okay.
even know the name.
Travis, what's up, man? We see you over there, bro.
What up? What up? What up?
But yeah, so I don't know the model brand name of it, but
Okay.
those are obviously like they're more listen back type headphones. So
Okay.
like a lot of it is already amped up, so you got that that crispness in those headphones already for some
Okay,
reason. Whereas
okay.
the Biodynamics, you getting that true
Yeah, it's like more
what it
neutral.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Vo, the same question for you. Do you got multiple headphones at the crib when you be producing?
No, well, I don't use headphones.
Okay.
When I'm producing,
Okay.
but when I'm recording, yeah, I like to have headphones on.
Okay.
These.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? These it.
Okay.
These KRKs.
How about far as mixing?
I tried mixing in headphones. I should have did it more raw dog. I was using that Sonar Works, and it wasn't working for
Man,
me
that
because
shit pissed me off.
yeah, it wasn't working for me because it was weird. Like instead of compensating like the what do you call it? Just the common sense to me, in my opinion, would be if you doing this whatever thing you're doing to make headphones sound better so you can hear low end. The damn thing was taking low end away. So I take the headphones off and put it on speakers. I'm like, wait. This sound crazy. Like,
Right.
and then I did a whole mix with it on my master one time by mistake. So I didn't even try it from that point on, man. Like I wasted 5 hours on a mix because I forgot it was on my master.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Dang.
It wasn't exactly 5 hours, but I'm exaggerating. It was like 3.
Okay.
Still though, that's 3, and somebody paying me to mix.
Yeah.
Right.
I got a certain amount of hours I'm trying to allocate. So one night after we recorded, I had to stay here till like 2-3 in the morning because I wanted to get them that mix the next
True.
day.
Yep.
Right.
I feel you. I used to be on the
So
same
that's
thing.
3 more hours I wasted because so the app may be heat with other headphones. I don't think it's heat with these headphones.
Okay.
It didn't make sense to me.
Well, they didn't go good with my DT 150s, so I had to stop using it as well. So okay, cool. So gang staging was your recording tip.
Yeah. What about your
Um,
mixing tip?
Man, my mixing tip, man. What have I been doing a lot with my mixing? I've been really focusing on creating space
Okay.
with the reverb because I want to get some outboard reverb and delay. So I've been really focusing on how I'm getting space in digital world, so I know when I come to the analog what I'm looking for.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been messing with a lot of Plugin Alliance.
Yeah. Who
They reverb, they
touched the Plugin
delays.
Alliance, bro?
Well, first of all,
Nobody.
hands down, there's no delay out there like Echo Boy, because
Yes,
because-
specific things.
because of the swing.
Yeah.
Because of the swing
Right.
and the
That swing,
drag they
yeah.
got,
Right.
ain't nobody
And not
messing
even
with
just
that.
it's even deeper than that. Like because like I like the Plugin Alliance, the BX 2500.
Oh, that's nasty.
I don't like the distortion is decent, but Echo Boy distortion is way better.
Yeah.
Saturation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, it's the nasty.
You know what? I haven't found a pitch shift better
Better
than
Little altar. Boy.
yeah.
No, ain't no two better.
Yeah.
Like that bad boy.
Pound
is-
for pound, in my opinion, the best 2 plugins that came out the last 5 years is Lil Altar Boy and F6, man. Like I can't
Yeah.
live without
I
them
can
two.
see
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
I can't
Like-
live without them.
I was in the studio trying to recreate the same delay that I did with Echo Boy with the Plugin Alliance tools. And I was even using time shift pitch. Nope.
No, I don't.
It didn't fit, bro.
Yeah,
It did not work. You know what I'm saying? So Echo Sound Toys, hands down, man. Y'all
Yeah.
did y'all thing
Yeah.
with that. Y'all did y'all
Yeah.
thing. But that'll be my mixing reverb, man. To create that space. And also to place that vocal, man. You know how you see that angel or that devil that's on your shoulder right there? You can put that with reverb and delay right there and make
Right.
it sound like it's right there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I just been focused on, my placement with reverb.
It's weird because
Straight
I
up.
still ain't got to go to reverb yet.
No?
Still, I was using
I
Deverb
mean-
for a long
Yeah, I
time.
jump around.
The soft tube one, I use that sometimes.
Yeah, you're right.
I
Because
don't
I don't
have
have.
a go-to reverb.
You
Every
know what?
session
I do.
jump.
I do. It's Plug-in Alliance. Because dang, what's the name of it though?
Yeah, I don't know their
Um,
reverbs that they have.
Yeah, they got one. It's the one with the head, and then you can just place the reverb around. Like it shows you where you
Oh,
placing it.
I used
I
to do
forgot
that
the
on
name
a
of it.
jazz mix. I know
Okay.
what you're talking. It
But
started with a D.
yeah, it's nasty, bro.
Yeah,
Check that out
I need to.
because you can you put the reverb here, then you can push it up here, and you can go up here,
Yeah.
and
Right.
you come back here. Like it's nasty.
Because my problem is the reason those two were kind of my go-tos because reverbs are so CPU intensive.
True.
So like some of that Ocean Way or the Chambers and all that. I
Chambers
can't
was my
use it.
favorite until it started
You know what I'm
until it
saying?
started
Like,
kept messing up.
Well, like our verb, I heard our verb is dope. I have
No,
never
no.
used it. You know
I
what I'm saying?
haven't used all
Or what's the other one? H verbs, too CPU intensive, man. Like,
I haven't used
So-
H-verb either.
yeah, so that's my problem. I haven't D verb is dope, but I know it's something. But then again, I might be looking for something I don't need to be looking for. D verb is good
Yeah,
enough.
yeah. Now that you say that, that's always the first one that I pull up.
Yeah,
Unless I want to get crazy, then I'll go to Plug-in Alliance or go to another reverb. But yeah, you're right. D-verb
I
is my
use
go-to.
D-verb,
That's my-
R-verb, and the Valhallas.
See,
Oh,
I've
yeah, you
never
told me
really
about the Valhallas.
The
worked with
Valhallas, they
Valhallas.
crazy,
Yeah.
but they like a specific use. You have to be going for that like Tame Impala or like that real psychedelic,
Okay.
Okay,
feel. You got to
okay.
be like really looking to be
Okay.
creative with
That's like
Now,
Black Hole
now,
then.
now that you say
Yeah.
that, Summer Walker, what reverb you using?
She's probably Valhalla.
Okay.
Her, and the artist her. You know,
Okay,
like
okay.
that
So
really
So that
spacey
whole lane right
yeah,
there is
that
okay.
R&B.
I got you.
that Sabrina Claudio, Daniel Caesar,
Li-
that whole
Listen, y'all
world,
hear that,
they
right?
Valhalla for sure.
Man, he just gave y'all a tip right there. You ain't gotta search no more.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, that's dope. Okay, yeah,
That's
that's
where you at.
yeah, that's
You in the
been,
stew.
that's been my main
You in the
thing,
stew.
man.
Yeah.
Stu,
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah. We won't get manicures. We ain't got time for that.
Take that.
We
take
make
that.
we make beats and
Yeah,
mix
nah.
your love. That's what we do.
What is your go-to thought when you're putting on a reverb? And I know this is probably a vague question, but do you like to hear your reverb or do you like to just feel it? You know what I mean? Do you want it
You
to
gotta get-
balance things or do you want it to be heard?
Man, you know what?
Yeah.
It all depends on the song. You know what I'm saying? Because some songs are meant to be heard. Sometimes I just want to push it forward. Sometimes I
Right.
just want to push it back. Sometimes I want to use it just to kill the aggression of the vocal. You know what I'm saying?
What's a great tip that you would have for someone who doesn't have the full grasp of reverb and they're trying to like figure out how to get it out of the way of the vocal?
Get it out of the way of the vocal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like someone just starting to use reverb and they like, oh man, I like it, but it's getting in the way of my vocal. It's muddy in my vocal.
EQ it.
Okay.
EQ definitely cut off the top.
That's the first thing I do. Like I filter. There's always a filter at the beginning of my
Yep.
effects chain. So there's a filter in whatever I'm using, whether it's a filter or auto tune, a
Right.
filter, a delay, a filter, chorus effect, a filter, flanger. Like I'm always killing that low,
Right.
or I'm always putting into that effect what I want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if I don't want no 2K, let me dip that,
Removing
then I
that
push
first,
it through.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's why I
definitely
get lazy
EQ and
with
compress.
2500 though, because it's got that ducking in
That's what I was thinking. That was
Yeah.
the feature that I liked
That's
about it.
nasty. That's
ducking
it. Yeah,
nasty.
the
effect.
ducking.
I just started playing with that yesterday.
Yeah, it's nasty.
That's
I
funny
like
you
it.
say that.
I
just
copped
started
that
playing.
one before they did the little monthly. I had to buy that one, man, because the reverb. I mean,
Yo,
the
thanks for the love.
delay. What up? What up? The Ray that did. I mean, what up, Ray? I said Ray. What up?
What up?
The delay that mod do is nasty. What I do too with some of my reverbs is I use track spacer.
See, and you've been talking about track spacer for a minute.
Yeah, track spacer is nasty because if I put it on a beat when I got a 2-track, and then like let's say on a reverb, so it won't get too crazy in the way of the vocal. You put it on there, then you sending the vocal into it. So if it's the first thing in the chain, it's killing whatever frequencies in the vocal before it even hit the reverb.
Oh, that's
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, see, I need
So-
to check that out.
Yeah, track space is
Yeah,
nasty.
track space is nasty. And it's funny because I just seen it on Black Friday too.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, Bo
Yeah, I
been
still
talking
got
about this
version
for
1.
a
I didn't even
minute.
buy version 2 yet.
Yeah,
I'm
you've
cool.
been talking about that for a minute.
It looked the same to me. So
I've been like playing around with when I first started using reverb. I would have it way too long. I would have the tail way too long.
right.
And I started actually playing with shorter tails, but making the pre-delay a little bit.
Oh yeah, see now
You know,
it's
pushing-
funny.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because I started off with the pre-delay long and the tail short.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's funny you said that you start off with the
The
tail
opposite.
long.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this question: when will you use a long tail?
When would I?
Yes.
I
Probably something slow.
yeah, like some ballady, but
Okay.
but more so like when I think of like a long tail, I think of Adele. You know what I mean? And that's
Okay.
just
Right.
like
I think of the weekend.
okay.
Yeah, the weekend. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no,
He
that's
got
true.
that. It's
And
just
it
back
go.
there chilling.
But I've always like from the way that I've taught myself reverb, I guess it's always been from the standpoint of like you never want that to like stretch past the bars of music.
Right.
You
Okay. I
never
know what
want
you
like that reverb to go too long.
Yeah. Cause it's getting in the way then.
Yeah, yeah.
I know what you mean.
So now that we into reverb, what's your favorite delay?
My favorite delay is Echo Boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vo?
We all agree on that one.
My favorite
Delay. Like if you had to use one delay for a whole mix, what delay is gonna be?
Echo Boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, to be honest, the 2500 can do it because you can get a lot of tones out of the 25 because of all the shape and stuff in there. So if I gave myself the same time I gave myself on Echo Boy, it probably could replace it because keeping it real, the drag in the
That's
the
it.
drag in the
That's what got me.
But you can
fast.
do that.
That's all I'm about to say.
Yeah.
That's just us being lazy. We could do it
You
with,
right.
with the numbers.
We
adjust
definitely
it.
we
can
could do it
move
with
it.
the numbers.
You right.
So that's not. It's not like I couldn't do that with something else. We just do that with the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And like
But
I've
that's
done
such
it
a
even
great
crazier than
feature.
that. I did on one mix. I put the delay right, straight delay. It was nuts at 1/8. So I used that same delay instead of sending it out to the master. I used that and sent it like to a reverb or something. So
that's dope.
so it's like an eighth behind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah.
dope.
So
Yeah.
I've done crazy stuff without Alter Boy.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? So
See, and you know
I
what?
said
That's
Alter Boy without Echo Boy.
that's probably my problem. I just need to move around.
But no, it is
because I'll
some
be using that drop down menu too that they got where you can go inside and filter.
EQ it
You
out.
can do the mod.
Yeah, I
add
never do
reverb.
that though.
You
so
can
that's
add
why.
stretch reverb to it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
keeping it
nuts.
real. Then yeah, the BX can't touch that because
Yeah.
I never go into the mod.
Oh
Matrix, you know
yeah,
what I'm
bro.
saying?
They got
So, yeah,
saturation.
yeah,
they
BX
they even
not
got
touching that.
decay saturation.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
Yeah, the decay saturation
That's
is crazy.
nuts.
Where
I
it'll
never
give
go
you
into
a
that menu.
reverb effect.
Yes.
Yeah, I use that all the time. And then the width, like you can literally have that thing extra
Wide.
mono or extra wide.
It's dope.
yeah, I never go into that.
And
Yeah.
you can
I'm
choose
spoiled.
on when you want it to stop. You could have it only go until 8 delays or 4
Yup,
delays,
stop.
and it'll stop.
Yeah.
So it'll
It's nuts,
delay
bro.
and then it'll stop at
nuts.
that 4th delay for you.
Yeah, that's nice.
Like it's crazy. What
Echo
you can do with
Boy
it.
took delay to another level.
I
it's
know
to
this.
where all these functions is in one. That's it.
What I have noticed, a lot of people use H delay because they know that most like facilities will have it.
Right.
Like I remember when I was going to a lot of studios, a lot of them didn't necessarily have sound toys the way that like I thought they would,
right.
and everybody had H delay. So I know that H delay gets circulated a lot because of like they know that in every studio you'll have that waves bundle with H delay on it.
I feel like sound toys should be a standard.
It should be,
Yeah.
but
It should be.
it hasn't. I remember going to a lot of studios and sound toys wasn't a
Yeah.
standard, or it was one of those additional ones where somebody who really was at the studio a lot had their own iLock that had sound toys on it.
Yeah, man, that's the only thing. They got so many plugins. I'm just stuck on Echo Boy and
Yep.
Alter Boy.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
gonna say. I
use-
was talking to my man about that the other day. He was like, "Man, I was about to buy the Sound Toys bundle, Black Friday." I was talking to him about him today. He was like, if you can only buy one, which ones would you buy? And I thought about it. And I'm like, it's like 20 of them plugins,
Right.
but I only use 4.
That's it.
They just indispensable
Oh,
though.
and I
Yeah.
use
You know what I'm
Pan
saying?
Man too. Pan Man.
I use
dope.
Pan Man
I
a
only
lot.
use
I
like
use
4 of their
Phase
plugins, but it's
Mistress.
just they indispensable. I use Micro Shift, Alter Boy,
Yeah, Microsoft.
Yeah.
Echo Boy, and
Echo Boy.
Decapitator. Like I don't,
Yeah.
you can take all the
Decapitator
rest.
is
Them the
nuts.
only ones I use.
I ain't gonna lie. I use
Nah,
Radiator.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
like,
Radiator.
I can get
You could get away
Decapitator,
without.
though.
Yeah, you could get away with without
Well-
using Radiator, but I like it.
I think Decapitator is a little bit more. Let me not say that because you can always blend that out.
Yeah, because it's got the mix
It
on it.
got the mix now.
Yeah,
I
like,
the,
it's crazy
the
'cause
Devil.
I
Devil
got
Lock,
about
yeah.
a bundle, but it's only 4 that's indispensable. But it's just how much value those 4 is, in my opinion. You
I
know
know
what
I
I'm saying?
never
You know-
used the tremolo or I use
Yeah,
Phase
nah,
Mistress.
never
I use
used
a tremolo.
like that. Yeah.
I use a tremolo. It's dope, especially
never
on
used it.
I
some.
don't use it that much. I used it on an organ.
You remember
but-
when we
It's
went
funny.
crazy with that EQ came out? I've used that
Oh,
thing
yeah.
one time.
That's
bro.
it. I used it when it first came out.
Hey, we was
That
in
was it.
Atlanta, so we was geeked.
We was actually in the A. We was downloading it. I had to change my
Like,
password and
everybody be in
everything. It was like, yo,
Everybody
come on.
be in the strip club. We rushing back to the Wi-Fi to download
To
this
download this
plugin.
plug-in.
Man, I used that
it
plugin like one
twice, bro.
time, man. Like
That was it.
crazy.
That was it.
Fab Filter, they Pro Q3 is like
I've yet to even buy
that was
Fab
one of
Filter.
those pieces that I don't think I could even mix without it now.
Yeah, Pro
like it's
Q-
become
Yeah, Pro Q3.
so much a part of my life.
Nasty. See, my
Yeah,
thing
no,
is,
see,
I like EQ7 and I like F6. Those two together is like Pro Q. So
Right,
I'm cool.
yeah.
I don't need to buy Pro Q. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, y'all got it already.
Yeah.
Y'all
Right.
got those two, but
yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely love F6. That's that's on my master bus.
Yeah, it's on everything. I put it
Yeah.
on my beat. If you give me a
Yeah.
2-track, cool. I got F6. It
I
don't
gotta
matter.
try.
That's
F6
just like
more than-
C4, bro.
Yeah, it's like
It-
C4 on
it's
steroids.
just like
That's what it is
C4,
to me.
But you
Okay.
can take out.
Cause I had C6, but that's
Same thing.
okay.
Yeah.
Same thing. But
Yeah, I
you can
got
take out the
C6 too.
EQ
Yeah.
or you can just compress that frequency. So
Right.
it's like, I want to take out the
Oh,
EQ.
so My Fab
Nah,
is doing it. Okay, I
I
see
Yeah,
what
it's
you're
got a
saying.
dynamic EQ.
Yeah,
in it.
that's
okay,
it, bro.
so-
That's it.
Okay.
But
Yeah, nah,
it-
you
know, it's-
don't need it if you got Pro Q.
Yeah, it's just it's awesome. Your compression, your range, and then it got like is that upward and downward compression?
I
in
never
a
use it
sense?
upwards.
Yeah,
so I
they
don't
have
know.
invert in there also.
yeah. It's dope. It's smooth. To me, it's real smooth. I love it, bro.
Okay, yeah.
I love it. It's definitely a go-to. That with my NLS, perfect.
Yeah, I never.
I know
got
Sonic
NLS. I never
Oxford has
use it.
a dynamic EQ that's sort of like F6. Oxford has
Yeah.
one. I like theirs too.
I haven't gotten to the only thing that I use from that's the inflate.
Inflator. Yeah.
Inflator.
Oh, man. The
Inflator.
Inflator is great.
That's
They
it.
have a
That's what you call that
transient
voodoo.
designer.
That's that
they-
voodoo shit.
They had a limiter that's nice. Sonics has some dope stuff. But I really like I like any dynamic EQ for de-essing now.
Okay.
Like I just dial in that frequency and I'm just taking it out when it's hitting that. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's dope.
And so I like to use the
That's dope.
dynamic.
How
EQ
often do you use sidechain?
Not as much as I used to. I used to always sidechain like kicks and bass, but if it's not like, for some reason, like I thought I was like EDM or something. I don't know why I was really sidechaining my bass and my kick because I didn't really need to.
Nah,
You know,
not too
like-
much, nah.
And so I don't really. I sidechain my delays all the time now.
That's
I
what
put a
do.
compressor on there and then
That's what I
I'll route my compressor that's on my delay to something that I'm sidechaining it to, so that it'll do the ducking effect that the BX
do. Yeah.
2500 already
yeah.
does.
Right.
But,
See, I've been using a filter gate on my delay.
oh
then-
yeah,
well, Actually, I sidechain it to the filter gate, so it's kind of like, you
Mhm.
kind of get what I'm saying?
I've
How it's kind of
used that
just
before.
posting.
I've done that. Like use the filter gate or use distortion on the filter gate and echo,
Yep.
and then like that give it a cool little stutter effect after the fact.
If I do a stereo delay, I would sidechain it to the left side.
Mhm.
So when it doesn't hear, it's bow. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's actually dope.
That's
It's pretty
actually a
dope.
question I have. How often do you all worry about of course the stereo imaging of your delay, because I remember when I first started, I didn't pay too much mind to it, and I probably left it at the stock setting, so it was probably at 60 or 75%. Now with Echo Boy, I noticed that like I do deliberate moves, like if I needed mono echo or if I want to, one that's out of the way.
Right.
But how often do you all think about like where you're setting your echoes?
Never.
I always,
Yeah, I never think about it.
because my whole thing is I want you to be able to pinpoint my sounds in the mix. So if I got a delay going back and forth, I'm gonna highlight that in a way to where you can pay attention to that. Like, hey, oh damn, that motherfucker flying.
See,
You
the
know what I'm
only
saying?
way that I notice it is when I want it to be exactly mono. But other than that, I never really move it anywhere else. You know what I mean? I just keep it where it's set with.
I'm all about a forward mix. So like I want to keep everything moving, but switch it up at the same time. So how I got it moving in the verse, it ain't gonna move the same in the chorus.
Right.
Nah,
It
that's
might
dope.
move harder.
That's dope.
It might move harder in the chorus.
That's actually cool. I never thought about that, like automating your width on Echo Boy. And some echoes will be in mono spaced, and then some echoes, you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
can really automate that width
Yeah,
and that stereo imaging of your delay.
yeah.
I never thought about that.
It's funny
now.
you say that because I've been building templates. I say templates because when I start one, my whole thing is I will have 4 delays, 4 reverbs
Damn.
just on the first verse, right?
Whoa.
But listen though, but it's all automation.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? Like one punchline to get that delay, then another dope punchline to probably get the 4th delay and
Right.
that reverb.
Okay.
And then that punchline, I might drop the beat and just add that reverb to where it's all different. And
I
then,
get what you're saying.
And then in the chorus, I try to have a blend of it all come together. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just I don't know. I just be on some weird out different.
No,
type of
I
shit.
understand that completely. I do that too. And then some I have my days. It's weird. I have my days where I really want to be like I want to go for it and try new things. And then I have my days where I'm like, I don't want
This
to do
shit,
nothing
nah, I'm
new.
cool.
Yeah, like I want to just stay the same.
Yeah, all my
Yeah, that's why I love the presets.
my delays and everything, like not even like my whole setup just comes up. My Echo Boy, my what do you call it? My template.
Right.
Yeah.
Like whenever, like I even record with it, I just disable them. I don't even
See,
want
that's
And
what-
all
see,
you do is
that's what I
adjust the
got.
time signature of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Like
that's what I got
my
too.
automation. I do my automation, but honestly, technically, long as I put it to the tempo, man.
It's it's
Like
sync.
how many
Yeah.
rap vocals? Like
It's sync.
8 bars is gonna be the
Yeah.
hardest bar.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, I'm just saying, like if the song at 90 or 110 or 140,
Yeah.
the 8 bars is usually the hardest bar. Beat, cutting the beat right there, boop, echo.
Yeah, it's
Technically, you don't have to, you know what I'm
self-explanatory.
saying?
Yeah.
Like so, I technically could save all my automations and everything too. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. But I could.
Yeah, I feel you on that. That's why it's like I create a preset of that delay. So like for instance, I'll pull up this delay that I just saved last week, but I just tweaked a couple of knobs, so bow, there go a new one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got, if you look at my because you know in Pro Tools you can save all of them now, like all
Right.
the channel strips. It's just so many to where now I have to name them Pacific. So now I'm more detailed on my name. Delay playing, delay grooving,
Right.
delay mad. You feel what I'm saying? Because so now I know specifically what I'm doing. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And
Plus, I do it. I just name it by the artist because if you like what I did there, I ain't about to reinvent it.
Yeah, I
True.
did.
I just named it. Like
True.
that's your channel strip.
yeah, that's how I do it for my
That's your delay strip.
my vocal
That's what I
mixes.
do.
I be like, this deals right here, this deals mix. Oh yeah, you finna come? Okay, yeah, let me pull up.
I
your
had
mix.
that same thing because for the longest I was always redoing it, and I was just like, wait, they're like each record is gonna be different. Like I'm gonna EQ this slightly different, but at the same time, this artist I'm always taking this frequency out of his voice. I might as well just have this as be the starting point.
Right.
So yeah, I started doing channel strips, and they make my life 10 times easier because a new artist that may sound like an artist that I've worked with, I'll just be like, oh, let me try this, and it'll work. And I'm like, oh, my job
Right.
done.
See,
Like, I'm
and,
not making my life harder anymore.
and that's why I want to get crazy with it outboard. You know what I'm saying? Like the same way I'm getting funky with it digitally, I want to have that same setup to where I can get funky with it outboard. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
just play with it a little bit more, man. I just love the sounds that the outboard gear brings to
I want to
a
get to the
song.
point where I don't want to have to touch the outboard gear to run it through it. Like where I was saying how you just figure out how much you send into it instead of I want to get to that point when I'm using
Okay.
outboard gear.
So basically, like you got everything set and you just feeding it.
Yeah,
It can't go
feeding it
past
through.
4 dB. If it
Yeah.
do, it's gonna get distorted.
Exactly. I want to
Nah,
get
that's
to that
nasty.
point.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that's crystal analogy, right?
Yeah, that's his way of
Right.
doing it. Like he don't.
Uh-oh. 2 minute, man.
There we
Final
go.
thoughts, man. Final thoughts, man. Who want to kick off the final thoughts?
I mean, I'll go first. I definitely think that everyone, and this is a reoccurring theme in the show always, but everyone should always be striving to learn more and be better. I mean, that's probably why y'all listening to the podcast at this very moment.
Appreciate that.
To learn more and
Right.
at least add on to what you may already know. But I mean, I would say my biggest thing that I would tell everybody was like that 2 minute, the warning of what I'm feeling is like rest. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
getting some good rest because you can't actually retain more information until you actually rest your
Right.
mind and your brain. And so it may not be 2 minutes, but that's my
Yeah.
final.
I wish I ain't getting no
Listen.
rest next year.
I'm a piggyback off
Literally.
you. I'm literally
Yeah, I'm running out 2
this
hours.
my 36 hour. I ain't been to sleep yet, bro.
Nah, I'm going to
I'm
sleep.
tired.
Yeah.
You
I
feel
might
me?
be going to sleep at the wrong
After this
time.
podcast, I'm
I'm
going
going to sleep.
I'm going night. You feel
Right.
me? But on some real shit, continue to be creative, man. Don't let nobody tell you that's wrong. That's the wrong way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to look at it like, you know what I'm saying. When you wake up, that next nigga ain't wake up like that.
Right.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It's different. You know what I'm saying? So push that distortion a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? Turn that reverb up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Play with those knobs, but also understand what the knobs is doing. Understand what you're trying to get, and then take it there. You know what I'm saying? That's my final thoughts.
Yeah. Well, I guess mine will be just going back with what I was talking about, just using little stuff like I was saying, the patch bass. The reason I was attracted to that, to be honest, I did not when we conversation, I kind of didn't stumble upon. I'm always looking for stuff like that, like stuff to make like difficult synths and stuff like that more visual. You know what I'm saying? So like something like the Deep Mind is notorious. It's probably one of the best synths that came out the last 4 or 5 years, but it's one of the most aggravating to program. Like the Moog Lil Fatty, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So I've always looked for ways to program my synths and everything. So it's people that's dope out here, like them people. You know what I'm saying? So just look for them. Like it's always, even with some of the well, that's more on the synth than hardware side of things, to be honest, because software, that's the whole point of it. Like if software was, instruments were difficult, then people wouldn't use them. We'll just save up and buy hardware. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if everything went there, easy to use, we'll just buy hardware. But and it made me just think about man, I forgot his name, man. I was just listening to like one of his joints today. He explained my addiction, basically, to the feeling I'm feeling. The reason I like having pieces of gear. I didn't understand it until he said it. He was like, and the reason I go through all these problems to buy an app. I bought the iPad literally to get these apps. So I didn't care about having an iPad. I use it to watch like Godfather Harlem or something. I don't use the iPad for nothing.
Right.
I bought it for these apps to be able to see my synths different, to program them easier, the ones that's kind of aggravating the program. And what he was saying is the reason people love hardware, even in the world where we can buy $1,000 worth of VSTs and have everything, technically, you just $1,000 and you'll have everything you need. When you programming and doing something on a computer, you got to think about it before you do it. like you don't experiment. Like we think we experimenting, but we got to go find the resonance on the synth. We got to go find something. There's no just fucking around with shit like you do on a piece of hardware. No matter how, like, unless you got something like the Kanto 1 sitting in front of you, no matter who you are, if you're using a mouse, that means you know a specific point you're trying to go to.
Right.
That's what the point of the mouse is. That's the reason I love pieces of gear, synths, where let me play around with this LFO rate. Okay, cool. Let me see if I change what it's modulating. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really get that on the computer because you know exactly where you're going with the mouse. It's just the whole way of doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So,
Yeah, I feel you on that because I love tweaking the EQ while listening to it
right.
and just pushing knobs.
Yeah, it's the same thing with
Every
hardware.
time
You know
I'm
what
sitting
saying?
up here with this mouse, I be like, oh my gosh, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I use all this gear just to record in because
Yep.
it's like, let me cut everything.
It's the exact same thing.
Cut everything. Okay, bet. Let's go. Run it.
Yep.
All right, bet, man. I'm Fam North.
Volcano Beats.
Darian.
Man, it's Stu. We out.
Thank you for
Peace.
tuning in,
Hey,
man.
thank
This was
you
the
for tuning
first
in,
one.
man. Appreciate y'all,
This was
man.
the first
Love.
one, man. Look. We had to polish it a little bit. Like, we ain't even gonna
Yeah.
front. We
Check
like
it
40,
out.
50 episodes in.
And low key, man.
First time recording.
We might have y'all drop y'all number and have y'all call in, you know what I'm saying? Answer questions and shit like that. You feel me?
Stick with us.
The
Stu,
Stu.
baby. Peace.